Alright, welcome to the latest Concerts to Consoles, battling through even our more technical of issues here. We are here, finally, with people I've been trying to get on. It's our third try, I think. Katie and Steven and Dane of Bowcat. So we're going to be playing some Mario Kart 8. We've got the room going, it looks like. I'm going to switch to the feed. But yeah. Let's see, housekeeping, of course. If you want to support, be sure to subscribe or like or favorite wherever you're watching it, on Twitch, on YouTube, on podcast services. If you want to support, patreon.com/everyshowjoe. You can give me even $1 a month, always helps. And of course, if you want to support those Bowcat, be sure to head over to Bandcamp, go over to their merch, buy some stuff. All of us need some money at this point. Alright, so let's jump into here when Steven's ready.
Everybody good?
Yep,
right.
We're good to go.
And to anybody watching, I apologize about the it might be a little blurry what you see. It's the best we can do.
Right now I've got my feed, so it should be sharp enough, but we can switch.
Alright, well, then we will get started.
Everyone's going to see all our transparent technical issues.
4 races, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Right.
So start out with what I usually do, which I think the first time I watched you guys was it 5 years ago? Was that the first show for Bowcat?
It was
4 years ago.
4 years ago? 2016? And it's Time Out Loud.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So how did you guys, you guys have been around the Phoenix scene, the music scene, forever. I know you've been probably the biggest aficionados of ska outside of, say, Marsha, your lead singer, and a couple others. But how did you guys decide you wanted to make a band?
Well,
me.
Yeah.
So me and Marsha and Ricky been talking about doing this for, we're talking about it for years, and decided that, hey, we're gonna start a band, and started practicing, and then went to a Two-Tone Lizard King show in Cottonwood, and Steven and Katie were DJing, and I talked to them about it, and I was like, yeah, we're looking for somebody that plays keys or horns, and they're like, well, we do that, and I'm like, all right, you want to come to practice? And that's how it started.
We had tried, Steven and I, to start a band several times before Dane even approached us, and it just never really worked out. Like, the, inter-band member chemistry wasn't there, and didn't practice, the important stuff. So, Bowcat really was, the best case scenario for everybody really in it.
Well, that's awesome. Are you guys on the same page of the same tastes, or is it kind of a diverse mix of different types of ska that you're trying to push into the songs you guys are writing?
I feel like that everybody has their own taste in music, and
I think we're all on the same page, but our differences in the other shit we're into is what makes Bowcat interesting. Sorry,
Fair.
what the fuck? I wasn't even in first place anymore.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
I got to do the blue shell.
I've been paying attention to the conversation more than my race.
Yeah, I just realized people are probably only seeing you and me, right?
Right now, it's...
yeah.
You're watching right there, we see our screen.
Oh no, it's swapping. I put it to the mode where it just changes to whoever's talking right now. So.
The actual race.
Oh, the race, yeah, it's just seeing me. And it's seeing Steven in front of me for a while. And just bombed me. Yes, all the fun experimentations of figuring out how to stream in a digital world when we're all mostly stuck inside.
Yeah, when you just go to somebody's house and play.
It is a lot easier, especially when I was using a lot more older consoles that are a little harder to do without a physical presence. Because up till, the PS2-ish? And those servers aren't even up. Most of them aren't online anymore.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you guys, yeah. As a collective, Bowcat is one of the most knowledgeable, biggest fans of the genre I know. It seemed like very appropriate that you guys eventually got together.
I think somebody once referred to us as a Phoenix supergroup. I think it was Brian Bieber. I don't know about that.
Super
but-
group at Smartass.
Yeah.
It also helps that 4 of the 7 of us either DJ somewhat regularly.
Yes.
Yeet.
Beat Betty, full stop.
Marsha and Dane.
Something Mama. Why am I...
Mama Melody.
There we go. I was like, I know it. Where is it in my brain?
And Dane is just DJ Dane.
yeah, whatever.
I've not caught one of his DJ sets. When do these occur? Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you've had input, I think, on everything I've been around. When there are turntables, Dane, I think you've selected stuff.
He tends to just show up with records whenever someone else is there.
That is accurate.
I just crashed their party.
And I know we've had, I don't know how sarcastic it was or not, but I know the third wave of ska, you've told me is not real ska. Dane.
Nah.
We've had this discussion before.
It's not.
So what is true ska to you? Let's go there. What bands? What
I couldn't say bands, but like, you know,
musicians?
more traditional stuff in the way sense of you know, pre-reggae.
Right. Which
So
the actual dance hall, the real dance hall crashers.
right.
The ones that actually physically did it. And the specials and Scatolites?
You're a two-tone man, so
Scatolites?
that
Or no,
would
specials
be,
are two-tone.
Yeah.
Scatolites are like toots,
Okay.
toots in the
That's
Maytall.
really traditional. Fritz Buster.
Desmond Decker.
Yeah.
Old school. Originators of the genre.
Right. Even like the original Bob Marley and the Wailers stuff.
Oh, I've never actually. All I've heard is his popular stuff
No, there's so much better stuff than that.
from Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I still appreciate to hear Bob Marley over Sublime. Oh.
Oh, come on.
Roger Revis wishes they were smoking. No.
God, Sublime is the most overplayed reggae, ska, whatever band you want to call it.
There was
I think I'm moving on that.
Well, it's just, it's partially because of local bands, and it's partially out of even the popular reggae bands. They always cover Sublime, and I'm like tired of it. I just want to hear anything that's not Sublime.
There was a phase in my life for about 3 years where anybody I worked with or met in the wild that knew or found out I listened to ska, their top 3 were always, oh, so you like Sublime, Real Big Fish, and Streetlight Manifesto, right?
Sublime.
No,
I guess they technically are.
Streetlight Manifesto, they have phenomenal players, but the music isn't the greatest.
I heard it put once, ska is dancing music and Streetlight Manifesto does not play it. And I think that's a fair assessment. I think they're very talented, but don't sit and dance to them, you know? Like,
So when I found Streetlight, it was, God, 12 years ago? No, I think. There were actually people dancing in the circle pit. Now it's a mosh pit, and you have to find people that want to dance with you.
Yeah.
Well, and when people come to our shows and everything, like, you know, like, and they're doing the moshing, it kind of drives me nuts. You know?
I know of a certain person who's kind of branched over from his rockabilly taste that likes Sister of the Pit.
Yeah. I'm sure we know who that is.
And I'm just like, no, I want to dance. Why do you keep trying to hit me?
Yeah, right. Stay the fuck away from me.
Yes, no, so I can definitely relate to that, because it's music to dance to. That's one of the best things about ska two-tone. And if I wanted to freaking mosh and bash into people, I go to a different show. And I do.
Didn't we already play this game?
Yeah, we did. Someone... Was it through random, or how did we end up on this again?
I think because we get random. So, like,
I chose Mute City, don't blame me. Also, I don't know why I would there's what, 24 courses?
yeah.
How did we end up on this one again?
Did you randomize it, I suppose?
Oh, everyone's just... Oh, that was Dane.
Yeah.
The moral ambiguity to this game, when you're in second place behind your wife and you have a red shell, you do it or don't do it.
I just saw a blue shell.
I'll just wait and let her get that.
But also, so, when I was putting together the flyer, I was finding more of the cursive logo you guys have, but your other logo is a Trojan Records, like, nod.
Yeah.
I think almost everybody. Son of a bitch.
Do they just jump to the condom?
In the band has a Trojan.
I don't know about
I said almost.
George, but other than for Ricky, I think of it.
I remember.
I thought you did it, Dave. You need to go get one now. So.
You got time.
It's just... You.
Wow, this is chaos. Oh, I just went off to the side. I'm not talking anymore. Oh, who did that?
No, teaching me is you don't talk enough shit when you play Mario Kart.
But, like, I remember also because you guys, when there was Once Upon a Time Record Store Days, you guys were looking for, didn't they do a re-release of some Trojan stuff?
Yeah, we were looking, and we actually ended up getting it.
Yeah, I think I was looking for, like, I want to say it was like the Rude Boys shit or something to that effect.
So, but yeah, that's awesome that it's in there, and I guess it's a deep cut for those that know what it is.
Fuck you, Dane.
So,
Fuck you, dick.
You don't want to be that DJ that only plays deep cuts.
Get miniaturized too.
I thought a deep cut is basically anything that the mass group that's listening doesn't know.
That is correct. I know a few DJs, bless their heart, but like they tend to only play the deep cuts, and I'm just like, how are you supposed to get people dancing if
Nobody knows the song.
right?
So one of the emo nights I've actually attended, they played at the Ataris, and no one knew who the hell they were, and I'm like, what's going on?
How old are
Right?
Right.
I'm like, it's like what? It kind of fits the motif of an emo song. How do they not know who the Ataris are?
When that KUKQ brew down happened, what was that, 2012?
Yes.
The one where Steven broke his ankle.
Yes, infamously.
The Ataris, or the gentleman from the Ataris, I don't know his name, I'm not gonna lie. He played at that show, and even then I was like, God,
Oh, Chris Rowe.
Yes.
There we go. Oh. Some
We
variety.
did Excite, but
It's randomly put together, too.
Yeah, that was Bucket, I think.
Yeah,
A lot of that.
yeah, Bucket from the Toasters set that whole thing up.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I ever went to Pub Rock / Chasers / whatever. Because they handed me a ticket, I got really drunk, and then I was like, this seems like a good idea.
No, it wasn't. See, that was the thing. They set up a Warsaw Poland Brothers show for the after party. The problem was the first show was a beer fest.
So everybody.
So by the time they got to the Warsaw show, they were already drunk and getting drunker. And by the end of the night, it wasn't pretty.
That's where I met Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man. That was a good night, other than I apparently learned I could go from a girl liking me to hating me within about 10 seconds. But then I think it was John from Bucko 9 was like I was like, shit, I'm getting kicked out. And he pulls me over and he's like, let me buy you a beer. And I'm like, oh, okay.
He's a good dude.
I was like, okay, that's good. Lesson learned, I think, or rewarded. Yeah, that was a good 2 days too, because I had done 6 rounds of punk the night before, and then I went out to that the next day. I don't know where. Okay. So, but you guys are working on, is it new music or is it existing music on the 7-inch?
Both.
It's two new ones, re-recorded tracks.
Oh, that's awesome. And is that still on schedule? With everything going on?
Yeah.
It has been ordered. We're just waiting for our first batch, hopefully only batch, of test presses right now, and getting the artwork finished. But it's pretty much still on schedule. They haven't told us if there's any delay in shipping, although I'm sure there will be.
And we're doing that through Pirate Press.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I just was watching, was it last Saturday or last weekend, they were celebrating their 15th anniversary or whatever?
I can't believe it's been that long.
Or 10 years, maybe? Might be 10, but they've been around a little while.
I think it might be 15 because the gentleman from Pirate Press I've been talking to says he was there for 14 years.
So then, yeah, they've been around that while. But they're really good. I've ordered a bunch of vinyl. But I know you guys like to collect vinyl, so did you guys like order 6 test pressings? So you just have a test pressing to collect?
We absolutely did.
I went over.
We had 10. We got
10. As all you guys like to collect.
Yeah, because there's 7 of us in the band, and everybody contributed to it. So,
And that's also really cool.
Have enough for one for everybody at least.
Yeah. I got one for every member of the band. There's 2 that were up for our Kickstarter campaign, so 2 contributors got a signed 7-inch or will get. And then I have some extras,
Yes.
Good.
Yeah. Oh. You have the collecting bug. I know how horrible, how double-edged that is, I think is the way to put it. It's awesome to collect it all, but it's a horrible thing on the wallet. And then when they announce variants and everything.
Records everywhere.
Alright, who's in control of the room?
That would be me.
Are you able to set up new, I don't see any menus, so I don't know if you were able to set up new settings. Just go back?
Let's go for the race.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Or I was gonna say, you can set it to like 48 races, and then we'll just race until we run out of time, or...
Let me see. Okay, yeah.
And then, yeah. The other thing I recall from the last record release show you guys had was that Dane is kind of the perfectionist of the group, the recording.
I mean, I guess you could call it that.
You guys were talking about it on stage. It was kind of hard not to hear.
You know what? And I still don't like it.
We worked on that album for 2.5 years. I was just so ready for it to be done.
Oh, man.
But here's the thing. In retrospect, we have our new stuff sounds amazing.
So,
the 3 songs that are coming out. So
On a record is very frustrating, and I don't know if we'll ever do that again because that was fucking annoying.
At least not a Hellcat track.
At least I don't know. Okay.
a different place of recording.
Yeah. So we've chose a different studio this time, and very pleased with what came out.
Yeah, it went a lot smoother this time.
That's awesome, then. And I'm looking forward to it, especially now that I have less stuff to see live right now. Of all the unfortunate timing. And speaking of unfortunate timing, so you guys were scheduled to play both Punk Rock Bowling Club show.
Yeah.
and you have the Supernova Ska Festival.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the Supernova, that is still on. You guys are still just for next year.
Not until next year, though. It's not until next year.
Yeah.
Right. But you guys are still on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other one, we have to stay tuned. Is that what it is?
What I understand, they haven't really contacted us yet regarding it. I'm assuming, they're just dealing with the main stage stuff right now before they do
Right.
club games.
Which they basically
Yeah, but-
they've refunded all the club shows to me, so they're basically reshuffling those. My understanding, because they didn't cancel the main stage, so most of those artists must be coming back.
I sure fucking hope they ask us back, 'cause I really wanted to play that
I
show.
know.
On the upside, you're in their contacts, so
Exactly. On the radar.
I think I cried that day. Sean messaged us.
Yeah.
I know you guys. Every one of you guys were super excited because I think I got approached on separate occasions at the same show at the same night by various members of just like, "Did you hear?" And I'm like, "I think so," but you can tell me. What are you? I'll let you have your excitement there. At least I think 4 of you guys approached me that night, and I'm like, "This is really cool news." And I'm excited that you guys are super excited.
We weren't allowed to tell anybody at first.
Yeah, and it's like we found out way before they announced it, so we had to sit on it for a long time, and it was really frustrating.
Especially for, oh my gosh, I got hit with lightning right as I went in.
Skylight, right? It was being Skylight. It
Which,
was a cool show.
one of the first to sell out, too.
Yeah, it was. It was the first show, other than the secret show, but that always was.
Yeah. Well, and I want to say people just assumed it was like Cockspar, because it
Yeah.
always is Cockspar when they play.
Good because they already had a show some other day.
That's right. And now they're not playing next year, because they already have something booked apparently.
Yep.
So we'll see who the other headliner is that replaces them. But on another tangent, you guys went to the Supernova Ska Festival last year? Was it a year ago?
2018.
Has it been that long?
Years ago.
They skipped 1 year so that they could raise funding, and then here we
That's
are
right.
again.
But you guys have been huge advocates of it. What? Tell us of some of your fun adventures out there your first year.
Best memory from that Supernova was we went. The hotel we were at had a tiny pizza shop, and for some reason we were the only ones in it. And we're sitting there, we're waiting on our pizza slices to come out, and I look over, and Roddy Radiation, the guitar player from the Specials, comes up, and for some reason the door he went through was locked. And I saw him get all pissed off and swear and go to walk away, so I rushed over and let him in, and then he sat and had lunch with us. And it was just us. It was us and
Oh,
Roddy.
that's super cool.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
And he seems like he's a super nice dude.
He is. He's incredibly friendly and easy to talk to.
Because my interactions were the really drunk pool party at Punk Rock Bowling that the Ska-Billy Rebels played.
I will say, he fucking hates the Specials. Don't talk to him about that.
That explains something. When did he leave the band? Because
Late 90s. Because he became their singer for a while. He did, there was the album Guilty Till Proven Innocent, and he was the singer on that album. He still plays a lot of songs.
Because I noticed, well, definitely not on these last couple tours, but he's also been one of the nice people. My most viewed Facebook video is of Roddy Radiation and the Ska-Billy Rebels.
And I noticed he shares it all the time. Like, they'll just share that video again.
Yeah, I get notifications every time, and I'm like, I don't know what. Did something happen? I appreciate it. Like, I'm not friends with him on Facebook, so I'm just like, wait, he shared it again. And then I'll get new likes just randomly.
Like that last Supernova, Dane got lucky because somebody gave him a free VIP ticket.
Oh.
Dane. All weekend.
good, especially during the rain.
That's right.
Yeah.
You guys had the rain. I remember it was what was it?
Fuck Katie.
There was it. Chris Murray played a set in the rain and stuff.
Well, yeah, it started raining. Everybody huddled under the merch tent, and then like Chris Murray and this guy from Canada named Danny Rebel, they just grabbed their guitars and started playing. The next thing we knew, everybody was together singing along in the rain. It was cool.
The guy from Steady 45 playing the horns.
Oh yeah,
Really?
So,
Oh, that would have been fun.
I forgot the Steady 45 and Madamo Ska were the only West Coast bands on that festival. So they found us pretty quick. We were like
yeah.
the Southwest crew, like the only 10 people not afraid of the fact it was raining.
It's like us and the two guys from Vegas.
I was gonna say. Then, do you have any advice on? Well, I guess travel is gonna get cheaper now, right? But going to the East Coast from the West Coast has always been a little more difficult money-wise.
Yeah, honestly,
Like,
Dane,
what?
I can barely hear you, Dane.
he's probably
Okay.
further away from his phone.
Yeah, plane tickets were expensive.
Because I've been looking at it. I've been looking at Fest for a while, and then now Supernova, but both are East Coast. Like, it's not a simple cheap drive with 4 people.
And like flying too, when you have to bring instruments, it adds a whole other level of frustration.
It's not. Is it any cheaper to like go Slacker's route and just borrow equipment from people?
Super
I can't borrow a horn.
It's a lot
Sure.
easier to do that when you have a guitar or even honestly even keyboards, but horns are a lot trickier.
Yeah. Or rentals. I wonder if there's how many rental shops are near there.
I don't know. After COVID, I don't think I want to rent a fucking horn.
Depends where your immunity is, right? If it doesn't relapse.
Talk about, you know, hold on. I'm going to switch things around here.
Another fun part about Supernova is everybody stays at the same hotels, the bands and the fans. So after the shows, there's just like hotel room parties till 4 a.m. and everybody's out drinking together. And
people spinning records,
Yeah.
you know, just like a big family reunion.
it was all in one big courtyard at this hotel, and there were definitely people not for the event staying there. The security guards would come by. It's 3 a.m. There's a DJ spinning like loud music.
Yeah.
Security guards would come by. We're like, oh, they're gonna shut us down. But they're just like, hey, everybody, all right? We're like, yeah, they're cool, and walk away. It was a lot of fun.
So it's kind of like Vegas, or at least it was allowed to be like Vegas.
Yeah, they let us slide pretty well.
Definitely like a more wholesome environment than Vegas.
What? Yeah, there's not like old dudes in mankinis?
No, that's not bad. Yeah, like, you know, punk rock bowling, as we're all aware, and, you know, just the whole weekend of debauchery and getting drunk at the school.
Yes.
Supernova is more so like, oh my god, I get to meet all my friends I've known on the internet for 12 years.
Maybe it's just a culture clash. Punk
Definitely,
versus
we
ska.
for some being the West Coast people there.
Like the least accents were coming from your side?
What?
Those East Coasters, but they do not like to drink hard liquor for some reason.
Yeah, we went
Really?
about Rom and this stuff, and everybody was just playing with their PBRs, which is cool. And they also don't seem to like to mix very much. Nobody wanted to smoke weed, which is weird.
That is
Yeah.
kind of weird. I was.
There was no like drugs, or it was it was very wholesome family
Compared to
environment.
punk rock bowling.
Not saying there was no drugs. There was some cannabis.
But is it legal there? Maybe that's it. Is it legal?
Yeah.
They just recently passed medical inclusion.
Oh wow. So it's kind of like this state. Well, Gotta try to get to that next one then.
Like, obviously I was really excited to play it, but I'm most upset about Supernova because the Pie Chasers, or not Pie Chasers, sorry, the Planet Smashers are one of my all-time favorite bands.
Yeah.
And from Canada, and they don't play America very often, and when they do, it's only like the Northeast. So I've never seen them, and I was really, really excited to finally get to see them, and then this happened.
But they're still coming back for next year, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
God, I hope so.
It seems like they're more consistently getting their artists back over there so far than Punk Rock Bowling.
Well, with Punk Rock Bowling, it's like there's only stuff for the major bands already booked out for next year. You know?
Right. Well, I was kind of surprised when they said Coxbar was already scheduled. I'm like, so they've scheduled over a year ahead of theirs for their tour?
Uh,
I can't tell if that would be better or worse.
I know.
Like,
To know a year from now you're going to be in X city and then Y city on tour with this band.
I already forget what shows we have coming up. I can't remember shit. Yeah.
I
I guess that's a,
had to Bowcat notebook. I had all our shows, like everything I have to remember because of this. So,
how's it look now?
it's terrifying.
No, I mean, is it just happy?
No, it's like 3 months of backlog now. So.
That's
Nothing going on more.
well, that's the weird thing is that is stuff. I know what traditionally people book about 6 months out. So with everything that's being postponed, they're running into the stuff that's still there.
Dane, Dane looks like Clint Eastwood. He's gonna shout at some kids. But he's also playing a Switch. It's very confusing.
Yeah, I'm on my porch.
We get to see it here. Wait, so you're just playing portable mode Switch, aren't you?
The most Bowcat music part.
Oh yeah, where is it? Shit.
Right there.
Got it. Alright.
Oh, then you guys are on the same page. I can see why you guys are married. Or you? Oh wait, you're playing on the same console though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does your choice count for the same, or are you guys actually making separate choices?
No, it counts for the same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, no wonder you're married. You're on the same page on everything.
I know sometimes it might seem like we're one from massive different well, but
There's a reason why we call them the twins.
Yeah. Yes, I can totally see it now.
ugh, so much more sassy than Steven now. How dare you?
True.
And then what's so outside of the rain though? Was the weather comfortable or was it humid and muggy or?
It wasn't as humid as I thought it would be, to be honest. It wasn't too bad.
Chicago was way much.
And that's because they got the river there in the lake.
Yeah.
We're on the Potomac River, like literally on.
But it was a little drier.
Well, and that's true. That was a different location. The new one, the one that was supposed to happen this year, is going to be literally on the beach.
Right? It's at a fort, a state park.
Yeah, it's at Fort Meade.
So more people can be DJing this time.
Yeah, as far as I know.
Just DJ out of the fort. That sounds like a weird plug for the casinos here. But...
I almost got me.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
The sexy sax man.
I dragged but there we go. Whatever. I know man words.
So what have you guys been up to during these self-quarantine times? What's been your leading thing to keep busy and active?
Yeah, Dane's still working. And I guess Katie's still working too. It's just me, really.
I mean, outside of this upcoming week where I now have a week-long furlough, I've been working my job normally. But still, there's a lot of downtime, or at least for me, there's a lot more downtime. I assume it's the same for you guys.
Yeah.
Because now there's...
The dog's a lot happier. He literally shoved himself behind me on the couch right now.
I was gonna say, this is like the most optimal time for me to have a pet.
Right?
Or them to be spoiled by it when I'm busy again. But I don't want to put down that deposit. On top of getting the animal.
And then, shots and licensing,
Yes. All of the fun stuff.
all the things.
That's why you get them when they're like 10, then you don't have to worry about it.
I'm not in first place.
Where am I? I don't even... I'm in third. How about that? I kind of just stopped paying attention and just talking while racing, and Dane just passed me. But I just got him at the end. Alright, well, let's talk about, so, your different music tastes. So, what are some of your favorite musicians, bands of all time?
Dane, you go first.
What?
Some of your favorite of all time musicians or bands.
All times?
Yes.
Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa?
Yep.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know. My biggest influence musically though is probably like the Body Snatchers for sure. Body Snatchers and B-52.
Those are both good. Did you catch B-52s when they came through?
I did not. I've missed them literally every time I've come to Phoenix. I always have to work.
Aw. Yay, I finally got it. I finally got my F-Zero in here. My big blue. Well, alright, let's try this. If there was... People were just looking into getting into ska in general. What bands would you recommend they check out?
Rolling Alfonso.
That's a wide question because it depends on what
Their taste.
they're looking into. But if they want to know about the trad Jamaican originators and stuff, yeah, Roland Alfonso. My mind goes blank because that's how that happens. Rico Rodriguez is fine, and any ska trombone players or reggae trombone players' biggest influence, or one of them. Rico Rodriguez is an absolute legend. He played with the Specials. He played with everybody. Yes, there. Justin Hines, Desmond Decker. And then obviously, the two-tone stuff, the Specials, English Beat, Bad Manners.
Oh, man.
If you like funnier, goofier, naughtier things, there's always Judge Dredd.
Yeah. Love it.
There's one I actually listened to or heard of.
What?
Judge Dredd.
You never heard of Judge Dredd?
No. Well, not outside of the Stallone movie. Aw, I threw a red shell and all I hit was a banana peel. Yeah, I guess it does matter, I always call Less Than Jake my gateway sound, because that was how I discovered the sound and then started learning and researching it and figuring out other sounds.
They were a big starter one for me.
I think that also just speaks about when
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's you.
I got into ska from my older brothers just giving me CDs that they got. But that's how I, one of the first ones.
And through Craven Moorhead from the Scott Punk Show. Ooh, did we lose you guys?
One of the bands I was first really, really into.
The power couple beat me, but I beat Dane.
Of course. Yeah. Oh.
So, let's see. What album of the last 12 months would you recommend people check out while they have plenty of time to listen to music?
I mean,
A new Bandula's record. Yeah.
That was
The new Suicide Machines.
also very good. That was one that apparently my memory was clouded. It's like I started listening. I'm like, why is half these songs like punk rock? And then I went back and listened to those albums for the first time in like a year, and I'm like, oh, no, they were always this way.
Yeah, they're a lot more punk than they get credit for.
In my head, I'm like, there's ska punk. Why is there so punk on this part?
Right, you go back and listen to, what is that? Not that one, the other one. The one that's like the green forward line. Something hymns.
Battle Hymn.
Battle Hymns. That one is like really heavy driven punk record. I always pick that one out because we bought that one around the same time as Construction Spice Definition on vinyl, and I always forget that it's not a ska record.
And he's always been very political.
Yeah.
And all his writing in other bands, especially in that 15-year gap.
Yeah.
Are you hoping that then is Jake gonna be writing more music, and or is this like a one-off?
I honestly don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, he's also in like 5 other bands.
Yes. I've seen him perform a yucca with crap.
Great Dane.
Break Anchor. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck? It's like I see Mr. Resetti and then I get destroyed. That's a weirdly appropriate timing.
Already dead and he's not killed.
Nothing worse than getting hit by road green
Oh my
shell.
god, oh my god. No!
Oh.
yeah.
Dude.
What has been your recent binges of music?
The new stuff that we just recorded.
Yeah.
It's been basically that.
Every like 6 years I go on a really big against me binge and I can tell another one is coming.
I think that's my fault
Florida
because
Sync.
I've been listening to them a lot lately. Actually, I have been going a lot against them. Their newer stuff is particularly more good.
Have you listened to Laura Jane Grace and was it Devouring Mothers?
I haven't yet, but I have every intention. I have the worst memory. I'll look at something and be like, yes, I need to check this out, and it'll be like 4 years. from now.
I think I only noticed the side project because they were touring, and I was like, wait, Laura Jane's playing. Oh, weird. But it's not the band that I think it is, and it's not her solo act. And that's how I discovered it. It's pretty good.
I listened to the cover she did of People Who Died by the Jim Carroll Band. That was really good.
Why am I being... Oh, this river. I'm stuck in the river.
Yeah, I got sucked away as well. That came out well.
Oh, man. So I'm going to get some really good power-ups now. And then game... So...
Yeah. Fire food.
What games have you guys been playing in your quarantine team times?
Pinball.
Pinball?
Pinball.
I've been trying so hard to get a big game of Smash Brothers. And like we're all home, and I used to set up Smash Brothers tournaments at the bar, so like I'd have a whole bunch of people come. It was so much fun. I'm like, great, everyone's home. When better to do a big Smash tournament? Nobody will play, and it's because of 2 words: Animal Crossing.
Oh.
Everybody I know.
I've never played an Animal Crossing that much in... God, has it only been 2 months?
I've never played it.
It's kind of like Collect-a-thon and Living Your Life, the game.
Well, why?
I know. People keep posting pictures like, hey, I rearranged my living room for the 10th time. I'm like, cool. I don't know why. I'm glad.
Well, there are super cool like Nintendo themed stuff you can get for your house. That's usually my end goal, and then once I have them, I'm like, all right, I'm good. You get some Zelda stuff.
Honestly, I play Rocket League a lot.
On Switch or where?
On the Switch.
Oh wait,
yeah.
it's cross-play, right? Cross-platform?
Yeah, just not too long ago they did cross-platform with I think just Xbox or PlayStation.
We have someone.
And then Katie and I have been hosting a weekly Jackbox party with our bar regulars.
Which that has seemed to gain some momentum. Jackbox has always been around, and from the makers of You Don't Know Jack.
Yeah.
Like, it's always been around, but it seems like it's surging in these times in popularity.
Party game.
And a good one. Like, those guys know how to do a good party game.
I will say a lot of the games, because it's been around for years, are meant to be played in the same room.
Right.
But there's, a lot of them are just trivia games and stuff like that. So it's like, if you can stream it and get everybody in, it's a lot of fun.
Which right now, you guys, all the bars are closed, huh?
I think they are if they don't serve food.
Yeah.
Dane? Is that right?
Yeah. I believe, if they serve food that they can sell to go, they can also sell liquor to go. But
Oh wait, so you can't just be like, I'm a liquor to go.
yeah. Katie's, the bar we work at, was doing that for a while. Well, not for a while. We did it for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And then the full shutdown went with that. So, yeah, we've been shut down for over a month now.
I can't believe it's been a month. I can't even. It feels like longer.
Right?
Right?
What?
Deluxe.
I just want to get back to, well, normal is probably a weird word now. But what will be normal will be nice just to have compared to what is going on right now.
I'm looking
From what I
forward
hear,
back into Yucca and playing a show, honestly.
I'm pretty sure they're looking forward to that too.
We went
like
from
being so like what I've noticed, like our bar is not going to be open until September.
really.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, but it will be different than when the last time we were in there. I have seen it.
Oh, yeah, they're doing work?
Yes, they are. I know they've been cleaning up and they've been
No, they did
upgrading some stuff, moving some stuff.
It looks really good. So,
Because I've occasionally been able to peek through the door when I picked up some of my takeout. I get the benefit of them also being like 5 minutes from where I live. So.
We're so jealous of the food there right now.
I keep wanting to go get food, and then I'm just like, I don't want to drive that.
I don't know. Well, you guys at least live together. You guys, I think, actually, all you guys on here have roommates or family or both.
True.
And I live by myself, so the opportunity to even just go to Yucca for 10 minutes, I'm like, all right, let's do it. Or go to Whataburger because they're open still at like midnight. Like, I've been taking advantage of some of those just as ways to not be inside my apartment.
I know what you mean.
just go out then.
That too. And with my week-long furlough, I'm planning to actually probably go north and find somewhere to hike.
Yeah. I don't know. I ride my scooter as much as I possibly can. So.
Yeah, the only thing that put a wrench in my plans is it being 100 degrees now.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
oh crap, I can't just go... I can't really go south, and I can't go to anything within about an hour, or half an hour. So I had to actually now go for a decent drive if I want to go hike and be outside in nature and not die. And I've already learned to avoid bodies of water, because that's apparently where everyone is going.
Well, yeah. It sounds like the best place to be right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, someone was, oh gosh, like, Slide Rock, that's what I'm trying to think of. Someone was posting about how Slide Rock was just, like, packed, and I'm like, well,
That's basically
great.
before the coronavirus.
That's true. It always was shutting down due to various bacterial things being found in the water.
We did a test like a few years back. They tested the water and it was like 80% urine.
Yeah, because you have kids, you have young kids that parents aren't around, so they're gonna.
Yeah.
And you have adults that are just drunk or don't care. Of course, it's gonna happen. But also, like when I did that hike in Superior a couple weeks ago, I was like, "Oh, cool! There's a cool canyon hike. Has a little like creek or whatever that goes through it." And I get there and there's like 10 people, and I'm like, "Oh, right, water, warm temperature. Of course, people are here." Which I don't blame them. That's what we were used to as our recreation of choice, right? Water activities.
Yeah.
Yes.
When you can get it.
I was gonna say my apartment complex has my pool closed, so I don't.
Yeah, same here. And it's a really nice one. I haven't had a chance to use it.
Like they remodeled it.
No, we haven't. We've only been living in. We haven't lived here for a full year.
Oh.
In what, October?
Yeah.
And we just, we've been busy, so we never use the pool. But now that we have time to use the pool.
So the pool is probably the cleanest place you could be.
That's what I figured, but they shut it down. I don't have control over it. I guess I can
Yeah.
go swimming.
But-
We have
Well,
some.
I know.
I was gonna say, Dane, do you have a pool at your house that you get to just play in?
No. I have a ground that is empty 90% of the time.
And if I still come
So.
back,
Yeah, that's usually what happens, is that my pool is empty and it's fucked up, so.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Are you a big swimmer?
Me?
Yeah.
I like the water.
So now's the time, right? Oh, you're still working though.
Yeah, I work like 60 hours a week still, so it's
So, unfortunately, not the time to clean it up. Oh. You were saying it's the cleanest place. Is that just what, all the chlorine?
yeah, I think so.
Well, especially if it's your own. Oh no, we lost connection.
what happened?
We lost connection to our...
Even
I didn't. What?
We will go back to the lobby. We have... Well, while we're doing that, we have someone asking if they can play with us.
who was it?
I have no idea. New info.
Yeah, creating a room.
I don't know who they are. They go by the name Boy. B-O-I.
That's probably Chris Padilla.
Did we
Oh, it could be.
see a later boy?
Is this joint?
Is there a new group yet?
Yeah, I started one.
Oh, Dane's got one. Okay.
Playing with friends.
I guess I'll change my character since I got that
Yeah, I don't
opportunity.
It was fun to be the cat girl because it was, that was them.
God.
I'll be an inkling this time. Alright, we're back. I don't know how old those messages are. I'm now looking at them. But, oh man. He's putting it on 200cc. We're gonna, like, die.
Did you really
This is gonna be the chaos that we all wanted to.
get 200 cc and no comms, so there's no other racers, it's just us four.
Oh, okay. It is still gonna be chaos.
Yeah.
I'm all about it, so let's see what happens.
That's
If it sucks, but you can always change it.
true.
You know?
No, whoever it is in the chat's not responding anymore, so.
There
Or
you
they
go. Now it's just us.
We will just wreak carnage on each other.
Ourselves. Okay. We don't have to worry about anybody else.
Seems like a species madhouse he created.
Wait, oh, we were racing this before, weren't we?
Yeah.
When it aired on us.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know who I took out.
And
That was just a lucky bounce.
So fast I'm flying over the question boxes.
Yes, I think that's all of us. Alright, so assuming we all grew up on video games, what was your first video game console?
Atari.
Yeah, I'm the young guy, so mine was the Super NES.
Oh wow.
I
I
remember.
never had a Super NES
That's like,
ever.
really? You were, what, a Genesis guy?
I had Genesis and the original Nintendo.
Yes.
So,
What was your favorite game on the Genesis? Did you like Sonic?
Sonic and what was that other one with the mummy? Remember that?
As a,
Monk?
I think I know what you're talking about. Something about, Decap Attack? No.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Well,
I think it was Decap Attack. That was a Genesis game. So, and I think there were mummies in that game. What's the point of those boxes if I just jump over them?
Just strike you.
Aw.
how many races did you set it to, Dan? Is it?
It's 48.
Put it at 48 at 200 cc.
Yes. This is the chaos that people want.
All right, whatever.
Or at least Dane wants. Where are you? There you are. Let's select that. See if we can get Rainbow Road.
I still can't get over Dane's mouth.
See, so my first video game console was the NES. So I'm like in the middle of everyone.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
had
have.
my first console was a Atari, and like
What?
Dig Dug was rad.
Dig Dug was rad.
Had an NES, and I know I messed around on it, but like I was really young. First
Oh,
one I remember getting into.
I have a really young story related to my Nintendo. So I was what, 5, I think, when I had it, first got it. I kept renting Zelda just for the gold cartridge, but I would run in circles. I had no idea what I was doing in it, but I kept renting it because I'd see the gold cartridge. And it'd be,
That's what.
wait, say that again?
I had a Game Boy.
Oh, the Game
I had a
Boy.
Game Boy.
It's fine.
I
Everyone's,
still have some. I don't have a Game Boy, but I do still have some cartridges and a Game Boy Advance. So
the Game Boy Advance was one of the best. That was where, what, a bunch of the Castlevanias?
yeah, and Metroid.
Yeah.
One of the best Metroid games were on the Advance.
Castlevania was a franchise that I unsuspectingly own most of it, and I didn't realize it. I was just like putting together my collection, and I was like, wait, I own like a version of those Castlevania games. How did this happen? Except the 3D ones that are kind of a mixed bag. So Smash Brothers, though, I recall Smash Brothers. Who's your main? You have a main.
I have like 5 mains. I know a lot of people that just have one character they only ever play as, and I don't think that's wise. I try to be prepared. So I've got a few.
Go.
Probably Samus is the best, but I like Piranha Plants.
Piranha
Really?
Plants were actually really good. And people are like, how does he work? I'm like, he actually walks around. He has feet.
Nintendo pissed me off because I think there's too many Fire Emblem characters.
The creative... Sakurai is a huge fan.
They added a new Fire Emblem character again, and I was really annoyed. But then it turned out that that character is really good.
Violet.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, Violet. I didn't want another Fire Emblem character, but he's a good player.
Let's say, so what is it? Mario characters, Fire Emblem characters, and Pokemon? No. Wait, what are the
There are a lot of
biggest
Pokemon.
concentration of games in there?
Fucking Baby Park again? God damn it.
Oh, at 200 cc, this gonna be fun.
I want them to do a new Mario Kart that has the Smash Brothers lineup of characters. Like, why is it Samus or Donkey? Well, I guess they do have that. But
It's kind of became
like
became
Samus,
that. A little bit. It's kind of become that with the Mario Kart 8. Like, they brought in the Inklings and they brought in the Animal Crossing characters and Link. Like, they've started branching into it.
you can unlock the Blue Falcon, Captain Falcon's car from F-Zero.
Yeah.
You don't have Captain Falcon.
Oh no, that's a salt on the wound for us F-Zero fans. We haven't had an F-Zero game in years, but
I suppose
we get 2 courses in his car.
I always think I have a bad being a Metroid fan, but I suppose F-Zero does.
You get teases though. You see like some light.
We got teased at Metroid Prime 4, and then they told us that they were swiping it clean.
I'm gonna say that. Are you excited for the rumors of the trilogy at least being re-released on Switch? Is that
The what?
the Metroid Prime trilogy is supposed to be coming. Supposedly it was supposed to be this year until everything got fucked up. Like, everything is being affected that we love right now. Even the Smash Brother DLC pack
Yeah.
that they're supposedly pushing back because they haven't been able. Because Japan's been on, stricter lockdown? So they haven't really been able to do a ton together in terms of development.
Yeah, but they have the least amount of COVID cases
True.
because of it.
If only we could. Part of this conversation got me hungry. I've got till 8 to go to Yucca. See what their specials are. It's like, so wait, Dane, are you just doing your main job, or have you been doing anything over at Yucca in these times?
I haven't done anything over yet.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Your popping in has been more for food too.
Yeah, just to stop by, get some merch, whatever.
Yes, I bought the shirt before my money started getting tighter.
Yeah.
And then I think the lunchbox. There's a couple now. The lunchbox found out about last week. They have a shirt you can buy to support their stuff. And Heavy Breather's streaming out of there tonight. And
Tonight?
Yeah, they're.
I thought at the lunchbox, right?
Yeah, they were supposed to be streaming last night, and then they kept having technical issues. So at least I don't feel bad about my technical issues.
No, I told you. Pissed off with
Because everybody's streaming, because everybody's home.
We're killing people's servers. Oh yeah. That was an observation someone made to me through Instagram about how funny it is all these like older musicians are streaming, and you're just like watching them like trying to figure out how it works.
I literally watched Victor Hero from the Slackers do that this morning, and it was hilarious. It was just him doing the this space the whole time.
Like, all right, where's the button to stream? Am I doing this right?
Yeah. It's my best Vic voice. I've got it on the Instagram, but I don't got it on the Facebook.
And I think there was oh crap.
I like it too. Wow. Crazy.
I think Dave Hilliard was streaming too with the oh god, what's the 7?
Rocksteady 7.
I think there was a stream where he kind of had a stream going behind him, While of someone else being a guest.
Oh, yeah. He's been doing that with Vic from the Flackers too, because it's like the only way they can think to do it is to have Vic play by himself. Dave to play with a recording of Vic.
Oh, that's really... that is definitely like the older person like solution to some of this. Like Instagram actually lets you join people's things and it splits it.
Yeah.
Like there's ways to join people. With the simpler solutions. That's where we go. But at least they're doing it. That kind of been like a treasure trove. Though a little overwhelming. Or at least, I'm sure you guys are in the same boat. Of just like, you follow so many musicians and you're like, wait, this person's streaming and this person's streaming.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's like being at a festival when everybody's playing at the same time on different stages.
Who haven't I watched recently? Do I want to... Yeah.
I don't like the fact that, Facebook is kicking people off for DJing.
Yeah, I got a 24-hour suspension on Instagram Live for trying to DJ. All because it was... Actually, I think it was a Streetlight Manifesto song. All the other music that I had put apparently is not popular enough to be caught by the copyright claim.
Like joking.
Yeah. Here's the problem: is like we own all those records.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's exactly the point. We're not pirating it.
Yeah. I'm not hitting you with just like a Spotify stream of my favorites. These are all albums that I own in some form. Ooh.
Yeah.
And then also, I know early on there was also other dumb stuff going on with like Frank Turner and a couple others where they were getting caught because of their music, even though they were the owner of their music. So they would be booted. It was all just...
That's what you get for having the Zuckerberg.
The Zuckerberg robot experience.
Yeah.
Well, and a heavy litigated society where everyone's used for everything. So they're worried about a lawsuit, so instead they just kind of have an over-enveloping policy. Aww. Dane had the star, and I just went off the cliff. At least we finally got to Rainbow Road.
So, here's the question: what are some newer, like up-and-coming ska bands that everybody has been keeping an eye on?
Oh god. And now just based on it. Oh, Bite Me Bambi. That's been one that I've been really digging.
Yeah, they've been fucking exploding out in California.
They only have like 5 tracks and one of them in Japanese.
Fun fact, we found out the lead singer of that band is in an episode of Parks and Recreation.
Really?
Yeah, there's an episode where April has a bunch of interns, and she's the one that's basically a younger version of April.
Oh no. That means she's just another Amy Interrupter then. What? Amy Interrupter like was super famous and popular in other facets, and then became super popular with the Interrupters.
Exactly.
I'm just making commentary that we have another television star actor that suddenly decided they were going to go into music and make a ska band.
And also an Alex Jones supporter.
Wait, really?
Over Alex Jones, but...
Have you ever heard of Ron Paul song?
No.
Oh my god.
Look
it up, but be prepared to try it yourself.
Wait, the lead singer of Bite Me Bambi or Amy
No,
Interrupter?
no.
Oh. Man.
I'm not going to tell anybody what to do, but if you Google Amy Allen Ron Paul anthem, you're going to find something pretty funny.
Oh no.
It's painful to watch, I'm not gonna lie.
That's unfortunate. Now, they're one of the few bands that I've reached out to about photos, and they like are less responsive than most. So they're kind of
They'll have to for a little bit.
they're kind of a weird. I don't know what the situation is, other than I know she also has family here in Mesa.
Yeah.
And so my mind immediately assumed, given like she doesn't really swear, I might have an idea of what her religion is. Which then further kind of puts us on the path of why she would have a Ron Paul song.
Right. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way last time we played with them because the whole tour, leading up to our show, they had been posting sound check videos. Which is cool. I took a video of them in sound check, and they were not cool with it.
I think they're super protective of their stuff because.
Which I understand, and I respect that, and I shut it off. I wasn't, bitch about it or anything. But at the same time, double open doors.
If we let you record us.
Yeah, exactly. And they did record us that night. They recorded us playing Niagara.
That's so weird. Well, yeah, because when I took pictures of Mass Intruder on that tour, they were like, no, you can't take pictures of interrupters if you do take pictures of us. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Even though no one in that venue knew that I was restricted that way. I could have taken pictures and never posted them.
Yeah. I'm sorry, we got off topic there.
We did.
Because I got on my rant.
Talking shit about the interrupters. That's where this podcast is now.
I think it's cool that Esteban from Madame Mosca got to play with them. That's pretty cool.
And unfortunate that he got...
It's Brody from, it's the Sky version of Brody.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, back to Bite Me Bambi. That's been probably the most one. And that one I got introduced to in the same week. I got introduced to it with, because I met Josh from, was it Viva Ska Radio?
Yeah.
And then also Tazy's been playing Bite Me Bambi, and I was just like, what is this band? I keep seeing their name, and then dove in. I'm like, this is all really well produced and really good sounding. Yeah.
I do like that the new surge of ska bands, there's a lot of female presence in it, so that's pretty freaking cool.
Very cool.
I mean, that's...
Yeah.
Sorry, Dane, go ahead.
Well, I feel like, it's like we started a ska band with female fronted like 4 years ago, And then all these bands are like, whoa, I can play in ska, they don't accept us.
I love...
What they're doing.
I don't know, for us, or at least for me personally, the fact that there's 2 females in our band has never been a selling point. And I really, really get bothered when people try to use that as a selling point. I would rather we were known for being good musicians, not being good professional.
What does it say? People say female fronted is not a genre?
Yeah.
Well, that was something.
What just happened?
We played the Marquee one time, right? And it was this female front, all female group, female showcase, right?
Yeah.
And we were like, well, we kind of don't want to play because of that fact,
Well, and they also didn't tell us that when they booked it. They said, hey, we're booking a local showcase. You guys want to play? And we're like, yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for thinking of us. And then they released the flyer, and the whole flyer was like, rock, all ladies. And we're like, oh. So it's just because we've got girls in our band. That's neat.
We didn't sign up for this.
Yeah.
But it's giving you shit too. I remember, I don't know if it's something to discuss publicly, but I know there was a issue at a venue.
Yeah. And that's more common than you'd think.
That is that's horrible.
When I won't, out of respect, I won't say the venue, but we were getting ready to play a show, and the bouncer, they had people in the bar before the show set up, so when they went to open doors, bouncers came in and were kicking everybody out. Like, come on, guys, you gotta go pay your way in. and they walked up to our band, Bowcat, and specifically to Katie and Marcia, and said, "All right, let's go." And we went, "No, they're in the band." And they went, "Haha, yeah, okay, let's go." Like, no, really, we're not sneaking in our fucking girlfriends. They're in the, like, women can play instruments, right? Like,
Yeah.
and bands. And again, not the first time that's happened. It's frustratingly common, especially when we're doing load-in at venues. Katie's carrying her fucking keyboard in, and they'll act like she's just carrying my keyboard in because she's our groupie or something.
I literally have gotten to the point where I make it a point where I walk in separately by myself with
Just
my.
to make the note
Yeah.
that you're one of the members of the band. That is dumb. Why are we not at a...
I don't know.
Again, it's not like women singers and women musicians are a new thing. Like,
Things too. I try not to let it bother me, and I say 9 times out of 10 it doesn't. I'm really like, oh my god, what an asshole, whatever. But that 10th time is not the time. That's with me sort of thing, and I like lose my shit. That last time,
Rightfully
that,
so.
One of them.
Just like... Oh, there we go. Alive and well sexism. This is in Phoenix. If people are trying to narrow it down a little. Oh fuck.
well, technically, if we're gonna narrow it down a little bit, it's in.
Yeah.
And it was a show that involved another female-fronted band. Right? Yeah. Anyways. Actually, we probably have. People can figure this out on their own. We're not gonna.
Well, I need to figure out on it my own.
How long ago was this? 3 weeks ago? No, wait. It was.
No.
God, it was 3 months.
The show
Man, my
that we
passage
were
of
just
time.
talking about, that was January.
Really? Holy crap!
Yeah.
Again, my passage of time is all fucked. I mean, it was fucked
Right.
already, but it's worse now.
It was Scott
It was a Ska Parade tour.
Yes.
But that's as much as we'll say.
Now people will never know. Alright. And this. I'm
Do
going
you
to.
have any cool ska bands you like right now?
It's coming to get you.
Oh, fuck you, Dane. God damn.
What is Dane's current ska listenings?
What?
Do you have any new bands? Ugh, new bands you like, Dane?
No.
He has said on record, Third Wave is not real, so.
I just,
That's why we're on the fourth wave now.
Yeah, that's the one that's not real.
That has been the most confusing, like, how many articles have there been in the last, just what, year? About fourth wave. And I'm like, what? What makes this different from the third wave?
People can just call it whatever they want.
They've like, was it? One of the articles was calling Matamoska fourth wave. And I'm like, well, I mean, they're bringing in Mexican cumbia, like, sounds, but it's still, like, third wave. What the fuck are they talking about?
And they're an amazing band, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I love them. But I don't know. People can call it whatever they want, as long as
They're coming out and watching it and listening.
you go see it and buy some merch. I don't fucking care.
I have no idea what this course is. I just chose it.
it's
But there's no fourth wave
I try
that I
to
can.
listen to a lot of be influenced by like my soul for my solos and stuff.
Yeah.
Like more so than like because not because I like it, but I like listen to it and give you ideas of what to do differently in your playing.
They grow and expand and
Yeah.
always learning. That's the same approach I've used to my photography. There's always something you could be learning or figuring out or looking at others for how did they do this. Like before this quarantine, actually, I learned all about how people were doing those fun lens tricks. I thought they were digital editing, those like lines around people.
Sure.
And actually it's like just tricks with reflective objects and see-through objects, and doing a long shutter speed. Like, I just was figuring that out, and then shows stopped. And I'm like, well, cool. At least I have the knowledge. Then again, once my computer doesn't stops breaking on me, I need to work on more photos. Anyways, speaking of that Ska Parade show, I do have some photos. I think yours are actually. I did start working on them, and I think all the Bowcat ones are done.
Oh, great.
But I haven't finished the night's worth of pictures yet. Try to put them up all together. There's that one. I want to get the Ska Parade pictures done while stuck inside. I want to get the SkaterCon ones up. And then I'm sure there's still more in my pile of stuff. That I guess that's one good thing of having a backlog, is that now all of a sudden I can be like, here's some reminders of some of the cool stuff that happened.
Yeah, right.
Remember when we all used to have a life?
Yes. Yes, I do. And it put me into like a 3-week desperate withdrawal. I think that's what I went through, was withdrawals of not being able to go anywhere.
So I worked the last show at Bowcat, and I was there for I worked for 2 hours. I'm like, this is the most depressing thing ever. I'm done. It was St. Patrick's Day. There was 20 people there. And I was like, yep, I'm done.
Yep.
Have a good night.
There was 20 people there on St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah. Basically all of us that were like, fuck, we'll go.
We were on St. Patrick's Day, weren't we?
Yeah, that
And it
was
was
the
fucking
last
slammed.
day we were open.
Jesus, yeah. Shady's was open on St. Patrick's Day, and it's just hell.
Yeah.
I mean, people kind of straggled in later, too. Like, there were at least people there drinking. But I think a lot more came after.
It was not a good feeling, you know.
Oh no, I know, because I think people can see my posts. I kind of evolved slowly to realizing that was probably the last music I was going to see live for a while. That's also the drunkest I've been in the last 2 months, come to think of it. I had
The last show we played was our first show at Rips. It was the Johnson's birthday show.
Oh god, speaking of drunk. Oh my god.
Right.
And we also played at that place in Scottsdale. That was fun.
Was that
No,
BLK
that
Live?
was horrible.
Sure.
That was, not only was that one of the worst sets I think we've ever played, that was just, everything about that was not a good night.
That was so weird.
I felt like I was stuck in the Twilight Zone that whole night.
We're not talking about BLK Live, are we?
No.
So,
That venue, I think, is gone.
yeah, it's closed now.
Even though they were arguing that they weren't closed in, I think, a New Times article or something I was reading. That was gradually getting updated with comments.
If they weren't closed before, they definitely are now.
Ah, the punks hated that.
Yeah, that was where we went to see the Untouchables a year ago today.
Well, so it didn't dawn on me until like my second or third time there at BLK Live for the Meteors and why punks hated it. Because, well, not the only reason, but one of the reasons, because it's slightly a lead into a joke, but they didn't have any like times of when the first bands were or anything, so I got there half an hour after doors figuring, all right, probably then. No, there wasn't music for like another hour.
Yeah, we went to see one band, and it was still very like, what time is anything happening? Nobody knew anything.
That Fishbone show was the weirdest, like, mix of openers I've ever seen, and none of them were ska. They had Not Confined, punk, which I'm like, alright, that kind of works. And then they had, oh god, who else? They had Jam Now, who's like a solo pop musician.
Yeah.
And then it was like Fishbone, and I'm like, what? Why? How did this... Who made this light up? And why isn't the punk band at least a lead into the Fishbone?
That venue reminded me so much of Livewire. Like, not in
It was the
setup,
same promoter.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, atmosphere was totally the same. Like, lots of sexy Scottsdale dancing.
It was definitely the same promoter. He was still trying to have a venue, to my understanding, to have that kind of music, and he was actually trying to reach out to the non-Scottsdale genres. He just was... It didn't work. Let's say that. Oh, but the other thing was that Meteor show, so then I'm like... I took Rob Salisbury. You guys all know Rob, I'm pretty sure. He's a huge Meteors fan. And I'm like, alright. So we're hanging out, and I'm like, alright, I guess we're going to drink because we have nothing else to do. And so we go to order a beer, and he's like, do you have PBR? And we're like, no. And I'm like, now I know why the punk's taking place. There was no cheap beer at BOK Live.
Yeah, there really was. It was very schmoozy and a lot of IPAs that are overpriced.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just kind of like a gin and tonic, and it was like a well, and it was like $9. Yeah.
yeah, it was an $8. It wasn't even a pint. It was like smaller. It's like what you get in a arena or stadium for the price of beer. But yeah, so that was the moment that I realized they just didn't. They were trying to approach a crowd that they didn't seem to fully understand the needs of some crowd.
Yeah.
Not to mention, I don't like Scottsdale.
There's only been one time, I think, that we went to a show, a ska show in Scottsdale, and we had a good time, and we were shocked we didn't. Went to what is that? What the fuck was that?
I have
place
no
called?
idea what
It was for a two.
The Rogue Bar.
I think the one that's closed.
R.I.P. Actually, that came up in my memories this week.
What was that stupid place called? Martini Ranch.
Oh shit, Martini Ranch. That was the first place I ever saw Go Betty Go. And it was literally like a month or two before they broke up the first time.
I actually really liked that venue. I just hated that it was a Scottsdale venue and not operated like one. The last show we ever saw, I think it was just the Lizard Kings. We rode on our scooter. They like offered to hold our helmets for us. They were like super accommodating and nice. Like, what urge you like everything besides?
I saw Payuka there. I saw MC Chris and MC Lars.
Yeah, man, I miss Rogue because like that. We had a lot of good times there. That's actually where Katie and I met.
Yeah.
Was at Rogue.
Well, Manny has the bar now. Was it Northern and 16th or something?
Oh, the one that's Rogue West, the old Rogue West.
Is that what it used to be? He went in with, I think, my understanding is he went in with the owners of Gracie's Tax Bar on it.
Oh.
Okay.
It doesn't have he supposedly was working on converting the stage or what they had for a stage. But then, yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen after all this. But yeah.
Gotcha.
That was my understanding. I don't remember the name of it offhand now. So he
Rogue
still wants to have a bar, and he still wants to have music at said bar.
Yeah, Rogue West was on like Northern and like 20 or 35th Avenue or something like that.
Really? Oh no, this I think it's like 16th Street.
Okay.
So again, I haven't been there. That's like in the territory of, is it too long of a drive for me? Like Joe's Grotto. That was like this has to be a really good show for me to really want to drive all the way to Joe's Grotto.
What a weird thing.
It was worse when I lived in Gilbert, because then it was like a 45-minute or 50-minute drive. Nope. And then when I moved to Tempe, I was more willing to go there. But if there was music that I would like closer, I might lean that way still. If I didn't have to drive as far. Oh, I don't know which way I'm going here. As we're now like reminiscing on old school venues. Martini Ranch is now Wasted Grain, by the way. They're still putting on some shows. So they're doing School of Rock stuff. I know Miles of Nowhere was there in recent times, and We Happy. with Katie from Miles of Nowhere, her other band. I've seen them play over there. I'm just gonna just launch fireworks. Wait, so how long have we been? Oh, we've been doing this for an hour and a half already. Holy crap! Also, good news.
After this, and like add computer players and maybe slow it down a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm struggling at 200cc it seems, so.
200cc is like my brand of chaos.
You had to unlock it by beating the 4 main cups, didn't you? Or 6?
Yeah, and mirror mode. That one was rather difficult. I still haven't beat everything on 200cc, as you can.
So I played through this entire game on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So when this came out, I was like, all right, just make sure what I need is unlocked, and then I kind of trailed away from it a little.
When this came out, my my manager at Shady came in with it. He was all excited because he was, oh, I've got the brand new Mario Kart, and I'm going to beat you at it. He was unaware that it was the same one from the Wii U, and that I had played it quite a bit.
Well, that's why they've been re-releasing a bunch of stuff for it, too.
Yeah.
Which I kind of enjoyed being able to play, was it New Super Mario Brothers U?
Yeah. I got, like, I was stoked. I got that Ghostbusters remastered game. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, I remember that game. Does it... Oh. I wonder if it looks any better. I beat it on, was it Xbox or 360? What do I... Let's go old school. Or let's play a Mario circuit. Oh, man. We're all from the U.S.
No kidding, huh?
It's crazy. So, is it a depressing question if I'm like, all right, what show that you weren't playing were you looking forward to that's now been postponed or canceled?
That we were not playing?
Yeah. So I was like, you'd probably just say Supernova.
You know, I'm still bummed about that we had the Untouchables at Yucca right after everything. Like, it was supposed to be right when everything got shut down. Yeah.
Was that the one with the pilfers? Yeah, that was the one, that was with the pilfers, right? Or no?
Oh, I think it was the night before the Bucko.
Oh, right. It was Bucko 9 and pilfers, and then it was Untouchables, and...
Yeah.
Also sad the Apache reconciliation.
And Warsaw. Warsaw was supposed to be playing. Brian put together an awesome little lineup there.
Yeah. That was going to be a really good night.
That one was more frustrating because it was like on the cusp of like all this stuff, all this quarantine stuff, and
Yeah.
Brian was just like, no, it's happening. I'm like, cool. I'm looking forward to it. And then, crap. It's over. It's not happening.
There it comes, Steven.
Have you guys ever... Actually, that does bring me to a good tangent. Have you guys done Viva Ska Vegas before?
No, we have not. Katie and I went to the very, very first Viva when it was still Casey hosting it. But other than that, no.
Because I've always...
That's one on our bucket list, because we haven't played Vegas yet, and I really want to.
Just hit up the double down.
Obviously, we were going to. We were going to play fucking Punk Rock Buffalo.
Yeah. You can still hit up the double down and just schedule. Play with
One
Franks
day.
and...
I'm sure.
You can play with Franks and Deans. Play...
Yeah.
October of this year, whenever this all goes away, it's going to be the busiest month of live music. Everybody was going to have booked like the first available slot.
Right? I'm just wondering about... Because reading the... So with the weird state-to-state differences, and if they don't all lift them at the same time, tours might be affected. We might have a lot of local shows.
Yeah, I was saying the same thing to Katie, like, obviously, hypothetically, but if this were to all go away tomorrow, let's say, all the tours would still be canceled, so it'd be like a local band.
Well, and California's not allowing that kind of gathering.
Yeah.
That's the other problem. So, like, bands that pass through here to go to Cali, they wouldn't pass through here. You probably. Or that brings up many other questions, actually. Like, so do they still hit Arizona because money is money and a show is a show? Even if they can't hit LA? The dynamics, all the infrastructure dynamics of touring and money and income are all screwed up.
About our two big shows this year we canceled is when we went to San Francisco at the band last year, half of us got flight vouchers because our flight was delayed. So we were flying to Virginia pretty much for free, half of us.
Oh no.
We'll get our money back, of course. Like, I just got my voucher, but it expires in February, so I can't use the voucher.
A lot of them are pushing it back, though.
Yeah, I hope that they continue.
Hopefully, because that was a big part of Supernova, was because we had those vouchers. A big part of the trip was paid for. So if that doesn't get extended, we're gonna have to actually pay for the whole thing.
Like right now, I still have a $90 credit that I guess now I have an extra year for because I was gonna go to Denver, but I got all the emails from Southwest saying my rewards points are being extended and my credit expiration is not a year from when I had to cancel my flight that they wouldn't give me money back. I was going to go up there for Wayne Forst's birthday.
They have asked us to play Wayne Forst's birthday for the last 3 years, I think.
And it's just a lot.
And every time it just doesn't work out. One of these years we're going to get out there.
They would love you to be there, I know that.
I would love to go. I miss those
I
guys.
miss them so much.
Well, there is the possibility of the Phoenix Ska Punk Bowling happening this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but his thing,
What?
you know, we're two Sky and my last name was two Punk, so.
Well, I'm sure if you hit up Andy, you guys would be on that.
Oh, because like back when Unstable Youth was around, we were two Punk Rocks for.
Hey, really?
Not Punk. Yeah.
No,
They're split guys.
that makes no sense.
We were two Punk, got Punk Bowling.
Oh man,
So.
Unstable Youth. You guys were when you guys stopped playing. Were my favorite local punk band.
Well, thank you. It's still my favorite local punk band, but.
I feel like there's a little bias there. But yeah, no, you guys always put on a hell of a show. James was always all over the place, and I loved it about it. And just high energy, fun written songs. Like Unstable Youth was fucking awesome.
Yeah. It's one thing I miss a lot, you know, being able to play that style of music. You know?
Sorry, Dane.
Okay. I still have
So why don't you do a? You're gonna kill me. A third wave ska album from Bowcat. They get you that energy. Go ska punk on us.
I know George and Ricky would like that.
Yeah.
The answer's no.
Because it's not real ska, so it doesn't count for Bowcat.
I think we have a sound we're trying to do.
Right. Well, I always group you guys as a two-tone band with a little rock steady.
And like, I mean, I feel like I'm not helping the cause, but like third wave ska bands, it's just sort of assumed that they're sort of dorky, goofball, TV, haha. And that's fine, you know, like, I like a lot of third wave bands, but we're trying to not be lumped in with that.
Well, and that's what I actually found refreshing about you guys. Was that you, like, most new ska bands are ska punk. They're third wave.
Yeah.
And you guys are not. And I was like, oh, thank you. And Mr. Incommunicado. I'm like, oh, thank God. You guys are actually going down a path that isn't like everyone else
We discussed that a little when we were first getting started. We're like, we don't want to be a ska fan, and we don't want to be just another like Steady 45s, because as much as we all love the Steady 45s, but especially in California, those types of traditional bands are a dime a dozen. And we just didn't want to be another one of them. So.
It definitely helps you guys stand out too. Though at the same time, not everyone. I feel like a lot more people are open to third wave than they are two-tone, unless they're really into ska.
And I gotta give it up to Dane and Marcia, because we've consistently tried to put a lot of soul into our music, and I am not as familiar with that. But Dane and Marcia do a really good job, and I think it shows. Like it makes us sound a little more unique.
Well, even as demonstrated today, just talking with Dane and you guys, but like it seems to be more your wheelhouse, going to the old school, going to the older stuff.
It's like Dane said, we want people to dance at the shows.
Yes. And sometimes they mosh.
And that's how you dance, and that's how you dance. As long as you dance it all.
Is playing SoundCloud style shows the only stuff there. Because if I can convert that crowd into two,
I feel like Dane just went to like a dance club. We've been hearing. Let's say that again, Katie. Sorry.
Sorry. Katie, he wants you to say what you said again. Say it again, Katie. They're not listening.
What?
I lost sound. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah, we weren't hearing anything.
Oh, we're saying say what you guys were talking about before. We heard part of Katie, and I heard some of the music behind Dane.
I don't know. How about I need something?
Well,
I
alright.
Greg.
But yeah,
It should have played. But my favorite show this year, I think. Well, I guess in 2020, my favorite show in 2019 was Bad Manners.
oh man, that had Yucca Pack too, right?
Yeah.
Not really though. There was enough room to dance, and it was a great time. You know, like the show we did at Rebel Lounge with Whiskey Kiss.
Oh,
No.
That ended up not playing.
What show at Rebel?
The
Oh,
Whiskey
Whiskey
Kiss
Kiss.
show.
Yeah.
That was like out of all the shows like that, you were like, oh man, we're just like not our thing, and blah blah blah. And it turned out great.
Yeah. That was a really fun one.
that was
That's what
at
I was-
Starlight Lounge or whatever, right? Or
Rebel.
Rebel.
oh, oh, right. That was one night that I saw Steven posting about how awesome Whiskey Kiss was.
Yeah. They were, honestly, they're one of my new favorite local bands.
They're kind of they're kind of swing,
Yeah, like swing rockabilly.
swing jazz.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're like more traditional rockabilly.
yeah.
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 I think they're like real rockabilly.
And I cut out what I was saying was I love playing the sound class shows like that, where we're like the only ska band, or we're kind of like the odd one out, because if we, as the only ska band playing, can make the crowd dance, then we did our job correctly.
I was gonna say that'll bring up the interesting shirts and things festival. How was that? Going against like hardcore and metal and various things, thrash.
Again, we cleared the building pretty well, but the people that stayed really dug it.
Yeah,
And that's what counts, I guess.
we
Yeah.
joked.
Actually, didn't what? Dane was out in the crowd. A couple of you guys. Didn't you come off stage and?
Well, yeah, I mean, shows like that, you just kind of like, fuck it, and you just kind of wander around. Like,
Engage with people.
yeah.
We joked the whole night that they booked us to headline to clear the room, and it turned out to not be a joke.
But
That's even funnier.
I like getting down in the crowd. It's more fun. I just have to find a decent wireless system to be able to do it more,
Yeah, same.
because it's a lot more fun when you can get to interact with the crowd. And I like that our dynamic, my and Marsha's dynamic on stage, is that we are able to interact with the crowd and have fun with them, and it works well for us, I think.
And you guys are having fun. You can see you guys are having fun.
Usually.
And you can see when you guys fuck up too.
I'll be right back.
And you laugh it off, or play it on to something even funnier.
That's one thing I've always liked about our dynamic as a live band is that we all tend to make the same mistake at the same time, but like keep rolling with it and just finish it out. For some reason, like we're all on the same wavelength at all times.
And in Dane, Steven's got the room if you are joining us to play anywhere.
I'm not. I'm probably gonna be cutting out here soon. So.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, what? We're almost at 2 hours, so at this point, probably a question or two, and then we'll call it anyways. So,
Yeah.
you guys cover Transplants, and you cover, fuck. I can't remember the name of the song. I've heard it separate of Marsha singing it and been like, oh shit, that's a cover. Like, I didn't realize it was a cover until I heard it. But what would be songs you would like to cover going forward?
Phoenix City.
Phoenix City?
We already covered Phoenix City.
That was play it live.
A new one. What a new cover.
Covers.
I want to do B-52 song, but Dane does not want to.
You're gonna roam around the world?
That song. Steven hates that.
I like the B-52s, but I don't respect them.
Yeah, like something that either outside the box that you would cover, like some crazy, I don't know, what, metal song, make it ska, or some band you just really like that you would just love to put your own take on it.
I feel like I have an answer for this every day except for now.
When you're on the spot, you're like, fuck, brain just went.
I'm mad because there actually is a song that I really want to cover, but it's another Transplant song, and I'm not going to do another Transplant cover.
Yeah, at least do Rancid if you're going to just keep doing Tim Armstrong stuff.
Right.
So I think we tried not to cover songs when we first started, and we just realized that it's just not our thing.
Fair. I mean,
our renditions of anything that we cover is never as good as the stuff that we write ourselves.
So we treat covers more as time, like set fillers.
Yeah.
True.
Like if we're scheduled to play 2 hours, we'll
like,
play all our
if it's a 30-minute set, we're going to play all originals, but if it's like a 2-hour set, we're going to throw in.
Have you ever had one of those people at the bar that walk up and like, can you play this? We'll give you, and like try to tip you to play a song?
No.
Didn't it happen once at a New Year's show in Flagstaff?
I can't remember.
Well, who can? We never remember the Flagstaff New Year's show.
The only thing I specifically remember was when we played San Diego, there was this super drunk chick that wanted to sing Valerie, and Marsha was like, no. Obviously, no.
San Diego, that was fun.
Where's your favorite place you've played out of state?
Favorite place that we played out of state? For me, in San Francisco.
I don't know if you guys can hear it.
Yes.
Okay. I got quiet for a second.
But yeah, my favorite place that we played out of state is San Francisco.
Oh, awesome.
That was a really fun show. I wasn't my best, if I'm honest, but it was a really fun show.
My favorite was Chicago.
The Midwest.
That was a great time because it was like, live and loud, but I feel like our sound was terrible. They stayed down, and I actually was on Civil Youth the following year there and had the same damn problem.
Same sound issues.
I couldn't hear anything. It was rough out on the crowd. I mean, it was bad.
I just had
I feel like
because I was motion sickness the whole time.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely fuck with you. Yeah. All right. Well, how about we'll call it here. So, usually I'm like, all right, what shows do you have coming up? But are you guys planning any like live streams?
We do. We have a live stream. Dane, go ahead.
We have one coming up on Saturday, the 9th at 8 p.m. We're playing live from the Yucca.
Which awesome.
So
And it's to benefit what, you guys and the staff, or just the staff? I guess
I don't know.
Dane counts as both, anyways.
It's being set up by Brian Huber
Yeah.
of Ghetto Root Production.
I don't believe
Okay.
it's
It is
I don't think-
like a tip jar or something. But
Okay, awesome. So you do have a show coming up, technically.
yes.
Also, where can people find you if they want to support you, follow you? Instagram, Twitter, Bandcamp, all that kind of stuff.
We have all of them.
the
I don't post on the Twitter very much, but we're on Facebook and Instagram pretty actively. If you want to buy merch, we have a website. We also have a Bandcamp.
Yep. The pre-sale's over for the 45, but once I get the shipment of 45 in, those will be added to the Bandcamp merch. Which, if you want to buy Bowcat merch during these crazy times, you can get all of it on Bandcamp right now.
We'd appreciate it.
Awesome. And then for me, of course, you can always follow me as Every Show Joe on like everything social media. I even have a TikTok I don't update. There's 3 videos on it though. Also support by subscribing. So either favorite it on Twitch, subscribe on YouTube or podcast services, because eventually if you get up to a certain number, you actually get advertising and money. Actually, you can get a tip jar on Twitch if you reach a certain amount of people following you. So that's kind of a goal. Also, speaking of, patreon.com/everyshowjoe. You can always give me some money there if you feel inclined. You can always use it. You can always use some help. And then for the next episode, I'm still figuring that out. It's actually going to be episode 50, believe it or not.
Wow.
But also, I want my computer to be stable before I do episode 50 and any next episode. So, well, I'll figure that out, figure out who my guests will be. So just keep an eye on my social media. So, but thank you guys for coming on. We finally made it happen. We've been trying, and it was kind of because of work schedules that it all got weird. But now, no one has a good work schedule, so it came together.
It does not exist.
Right. So, until next...
Give his patron so he can have a new computer.
Yes.
I'm working on it. Pieces are coming.
You show Joe's computer.
Donate to Joe's Patreon so he can get a new computer.
Yes. Help my fund improve my computer. But yeah, so you guys be safe. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys hopefully in a week or two with another episode.
And see us on Saturday on whatever
Yes.
streaming service. I assume Facebook.
Probably Facebook.
So yeah, just keep up on Bowcat, and you guys will share it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, later.
See you guys.
Everybody.